Lomachenko was the greatest amateur fighter in the history of boxing. He had 397 amateur fights and lost only one. As a professional, he's won titles in all divisions, coming from 126 to 130 and then to 135. He is technically considered one of the greatest masters of the sport of boxing. And George Kambosos is a fighter who is always in the fight, giving his all and putting on splendid performances. The people in Perth and the people around the world are in for a really big treat when these two great fighters meet in the ring in Perth.
You listed Lomachenko's stellar resume, but can you tell us more about Lomachenko, the man? Because us Aussies all love George Kambosos, but what can we expect from the man Lomachenko when he comes to Australia, and particularly here in Perth?
I think, like fans all over the world, the fans in Perth will fall in love with Lomachenko, even though he'll be fighting an Aussie, because Lomachenko is such a gentleman and he's such a sterling person. I remember when the Russians attacked Ukraine, Loma was training for a fight outside of Ukraine, and he immediately left, flew to Romania, and drove to the suburb of Odessa, where he lives, and put on a uniform to help defend his country. He is an exemplary person, great family man, everything that could be good for the sport of boxing is personified by Vasyl Lomachenko.
An absolute gentleman he is, but he's coming off a pretty controversial loss against Devin Haney. Do you think he should have won that fight?
Everybody that was sitting with me in my area at ringside had to fight 8 rounds Lomachenko, 4 rounds Haney. I thought at worst Loma pulled it out 7-5. But the judges, who were good judges, saw it differently from myself and other spectators. It is what it is. That can happen in a sport where the judges can be very subjective the way they judge a fight. But so Loma took that loss as a man, and now he's resuming his career, hoping to win another lightweight world title in Perth against a tough competitor in George Kambosos.
Lou, you look like you wanted to jump in there. Do you agree or disagree?
Loma is a legend of boxing. You know, he's an all-time great. When he becomes eligible, whether it's after this fight or after 4 fights or after another 5 fights, he's already earned entrance into the Hall of Fame. George is a former world champion who's knocked off one of the best fighters in the world in Teofimo Lopez, only lost, twice to the same man who's one of the best fighters in the world. And now he's bringing a legend and one of the best fighters in the world to Western Australia and to Perth for a fight for 2 world championship belts, for the IBF belt and for the IBO belt that George now holds. It's a great fight. It's a great event. Thank you to the Deputy Premier and thank you to the Western Australian government, because without your support, we wouldn't be able to bring this event to Perth. And I can't wait to come to Perth. I haven't really spent any significant time in Western Australia, and I'm looking forward to coming with my friend here and having a good time.
Many Americans have never been to Perth. They've been to
Sydney
and Melbourne. and even Brisbane because Manny Pacquiao fought there. So we haven't heard very much about Perth. But in the last 3 weeks here in Los Angeles, I've run into a number of people who lived in Perth and have spent a time in Perth, and they rave about the people and the city. So we can't wait to come over there because Perth is the hidden city in Australia that most Americans don't know about, but they will after this fight.
Danny Green has been singing the praises of Perth to me for a very long time. My friend Danny Green, a legend in boxing in Perth. And I look forward to seeing Danny in Perth when we get there, too.
Yes, all West Aussies sing the praises of Perth. It's a hot city, so you don't need to bring any jumpers or jackets, you two. You did mention, Lou, that George is bringing a legend of the sport to Perth. Just can you elaborate on how big of a deal it is to have Lomachenko coming here to Perth?
I think it's a big deal. First, I want to look at it from George's perspective. You know, he only wants to fight the best, and he's fought. You know, Haney's a great fighter. He gave that young kid an opportunity when other people, you know, really didn't want to. Haney's a very difficult guy to beat. Loma is a legend. His style, though, probably is actually much easier for George. Not that I'm saying it's an easy style. He's the Matrix. He's one of the greatest fighters of all time. I think it's a big deal when you haven't seen Loma in Australia, period, to have a legend fight on Australian soil against an Aussie, a great Aussie fighter, an Australian world champion, and a great ambassador for Australian boxing, and George Kambosos. So it's just a great event, and I'm glad it's coming to a place that I want to spend a little time.
Let's talk a little bit more about George. Do you think he was the rightful winner against Maxi Hughes?
I think it was a fight that could have gone either way. It was sort of a bull and matador kind of fight, as every fight of Maxi's is. I think Maxi had a right to feel upset, but whenever you're in a fight that could go either way, you're going to be upset if you don't get the nod. And I'm very happy for Maxi. At least it's worked out for both men. George is getting the opportunity to bring this big event to Australia against the legendary Lomachenko. Frankly, if George can pull off another upset here, he starts making his own strong case to be a Hall of Famer one day himself.
Do you think he will? Because I think what Aussies love about George is that he continues to prove critics wrong time and time again. Do you think he will cause that upset on May 12th?
I think he will, but I'm biased, and I've seen him do it before. I think he will, but I think that it'll be a great fight. I think he has an opportunity here, the best possible opportunity of fighting a guy of this stature, but fighting him in your home country with a very supportive audience and crowd. You know, Loma's used to fighting on foreign soil. Both men are, frankly. George has been an underdog his whole career, so he's an underdog again. Yeah, I think he's going to do it, and I hope a lot of people do.
Finally, to you both, before I let you go, can you give us your last sell of this bout on May 12? Why should people come here to Perth, and why should people tune in on Main Events and ESPN?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, if you want to see a great championship fight with one of the legendary fighters in the sport of boxing in history, you have to come and see this fight because it's competitive, it's going to be very interesting, and the master of the Matrix, Vasyl Lomachenko, will thrill everybody with his technique. George Kambosos, you cannot count him out. He has a really good chance to win the fight. It'll be a great event. There'll be 2 other championship fights on the card that are also going to be very interesting. It's a big night. It'll get a great audience around the world. I can't wait to come to Perth and to be at the fights. And I think everybody in Western Australia who can should buy their tickets as soon as possible because I am sure it's going to be one of those events which will be a sellout, and tickets will be going on the outside market for a lot more than the price that they're being sold for now.
Get your tickets early.
Thank you, Lou. Wise advice. Hey, both of you.
I do want to say we'll have an announcement in the next few weeks of the 2 other world title fights. We think we have a main event that's one of the more significant fights of the entire year, so we wanted to stand on its own today, and we'll be announcing the undercard.
I know what the undercard. I think I know what the undercard fights are. Random fact: Bob Arum is pro-cannabis and smokes a lot of weed. No bullshit. He looked baked up there, and they're in Vegas via satellite.
Welcome you to Perth, Western Australia.
Good day.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to introduce the fighters. This is Lomachenko versus Kambosos.
George Ferocious Kambosos.
I'm not going to show that this promo because I'll probably get copyright claimed. Yeah, so they're having a press conference here. This is live on the Top Rank YouTube page. For those who want to watch it, I'll share the link with you in the chat. Kambosos is there. Wait, where we at? Kambosos is there. It's in Australia, the press conference. Bob Arum and DeBella were via satellite from Vegas, and Loma's going to join via satellite as well. So, where do we start? So I guess I should tell you this. First, I know I may have said this before in the past, but later on in the video, I'm going to be, I think they're back. Later on in the video, I'm going to be, yeah, they're back. All right, we'll talk after. But I'm back. I know it's been a few years since I've been full-time, but I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. It's been I'm back, all right? I know you're going to be like, oh, well, you said this before and all that. I'm back. I had to take care of some things. Took a few years. But I'm back. Anyway, how you guys doing? Let me turn it up. We'll talk after the press conference. Well, we can't listen to that. They're playing music in the background, so we can't listen to that. So, yeah, we're going to talk about the 2 flagship fights this weekend. The return of Joshua Buatsi versus Dan Aziz. And, Conor Benn is in Vegas. That shit's going to flop. All right, we'll talk after the press conference.
Angeles on screen this morning, as I said, the
take
fastest
time out.
man
Like
ever to become a 3-division world champion, Vasyl Lomachenko. But I will start with George. George, you've never shied away from a challenge, and you've signed to take on one of the greatest in the history of the division. Why?
Look, I never step away from a challenge. I always want to fight the best. And the man, Vasyl Lomachenko, is a guy that we have looked at for a very long time, a guy that, I've been watching from a young kid.
What up, L-Dub? That's what I think it is, too.
And we have been meaning to fight for many times. So to have this official now, it is extraordinary. I'm very motivated for this fight. I'm very excited, and we can't wait. But most of all, we're very excited to be bringing this big event, this mega fight, another mega fight that Kambosos brings to Australia, to Western Australia. I have to thank the Western Australian government for getting behind this. I have to thank my promoters, DeBella Entertainment, Lou DeBella, Top Rank, Bob Arum, TEG, and of course Ferocious Promotions, my manager, Jim Kambosos, and the Australian public for again getting behind these big events. We are very excited and we cannot wait to step in the ring with a legend on May 12th.
Are you seeing this as a way to restamp your authority, George? I mean, this is going to be massive on May 12, and the Australian public will stop and watch you and Vasyl on May 12.
This fight rejuvenates my career. This gives me my redemption. Yes, I've been in the big fights. I've fought the best. I've won the big fights. I've lost the big fights. But for me, this is legacy. This is not about anything else. This is not about money. This is not about winning another world title. And this is the same for Vasyl Lomachenko. He has made money. I have made money. He has won belts. I have won belts. This fight is a legacy. Two orthodox warriors coming together for a big, big fight. And I think our careers are both on the line here. Hall of Fame is on the line here. Legacy is on the line here. And I believe this is my destiny. The way this has happened, this is a different Kambosos that we'll see on May 12th.
You mentioned legacy. Jim, what would a win on May 12 do for George's legacy?
Well, obviously, he'll be known as Australia's greatest fighter ever and Hall of Famer as well. But yeah, legacy is a big thing for George. He's fought the greatest guys, as we all know. But Vasyl Lomachenko, he is one of the greats. No one's going to turn around and say anything bad about Vasyl. And this is why we're so eager for this fight to take place May the 12th here in Perth, RAC Arena. And congratulations once again to Western Australia, to the Deputy Premier, to TEG, main event, and everybody who was involved, Lou DeBella and Top Rank, for putting this together.
There seems to be a bit of a different vibe to today's announcement. There is nothing but respect for your opponent, a bit different to the build-up against Haney. Why is that?
Look, me and Lomachenko are the same. You know, we are warriors. We come to fight. We have the same faith. We don't need to disrespect this fight. We don't need to go over and abroad. The names here, Lomachenko, Kambosos, Kambosos, Lomachenko. What is on the line? What is at stake here? Sells this fight. This is the biggest fight in Australian history. Yes, I've had some big fights, me and Devin, but this here is legacy, destiny for both of us. We don't need to go overboard. We don't need to create any other, storyline, no headline. This is respect. Two warriors coming to fight for legacy and to show the world that one of us will continue with a career and one of us, is going to go not where we want to go. So I'm very motivated for this fight. I know Vasyl will be very motivated for this fight. And May 12th, a true fight, a true war is going to come to Perth.
Jim, why do you think this is the right time for this bout?
Well, this fight, to be honest, was talked about when Australia was doing Manny Pacquiao and Jeff Horn. 2017, it was talked about by the promoter back then.
This fight has been in the works for like 6 years, 7 years.
In Australia. And to be honest, it's been on our radar for a long time. But obviously George is, former undisputed champion of the world and he's gone to the top of the mountain. But the thing is, this is just a great fight. It's something that's been in the making for a long time. We've got a new trainer, and he's from Russia. And the thing is, he knows that style that Lomachenko brings. He knows that skill and that work and that technique. So you know what? We are so pumped for this. So Western Australia, you're getting the biggest fight in Australian history right now.
Damn right. George, can you elaborate on what your new trainer is bringing?
Look, everything is destiny, I believe. Things just happen. God works in mysterious ways, and I have linked up with a great trainer, Anton, who is from Russia, who has been involved in a lot of, big tournaments over there and knows, the European, Russian style and old school Soviet style. This is what I needed. It's unbelievable how sometimes things just happen. This is why this destiny was meant to be, not only with a trainer to take me to victory, but with the whole way this fight happened. This is truly destiny, the way I see it, legacy, and we are very excited for this fight.
May 12, meant to be. Let's cross live to Los Angeles and bring in the man, Vasyl Lomachenko. Thank you for joining us this morning alongside your manager. Firstly, anything you'd like to say, because there's a feeling of nothing but respect for you in this room at the moment.
Hi everyone. I'm very happy to come back. I'm very happy to be there. And see you May 12th.
Vasyl, why is taking on Kambosos in Australia the right fight for you at this stage of your career?
Почему ты едешь в Австралию быстро с Камбоджцем в таком сейчас в твоей карьере?
Because it's a next chance be a world champion again, and I never been in Australia. I always want to be, and it's a good chance.
We're going to put on an absolute show for you here in Australia. You proved in your last bout that you are still truly one of the best in the world. Is it still your goal to become undisputed at lightweight?
Еще для тебя still твой goal быть этим абсолютным?
Look, right now, my goal be world champion again, and now after I can start thinking about undisputed again.
We're all beginning to look at the form guides. How do you compare your own performance against Devin Haney to George's two performances against him?
Как ты можешь сравнить свой поединок с Haney и Kambosos поединок с Haney?
It was two different fights. It was two different styles, and now, if we're talking about my fight, I'm not lose, on my opinion, this fight. If we're talking about Kambosos Haney, Kambosos had two chances, but he lost.
George, keen to get your thoughts on Lomachenko's bout with Haney.
I respect that. I respect what he said, and I'm not here to, say who won, who lost, what happened. Whatever happened is in the past. I'm focused on May 12th, but if we do go to the past, and again, I don't want to be disrespectful here. Yes, I lost to Devin Haney, but there is a guy named Teofimo Lopez where you had your chance as well. And unfortunately, you didn't get your chance there. You didn't take your chance. I did. As much as political they want to say that I wasn't undisputed, but we know deep down, we paid that sanctioning fee for the WBC. I was undisputed champion of the world, but it doesn't bother me. May 12th is a new day. May 12th is going to be a very exciting day, and what a fight it's going to be. Kambosos Lomachenko in Perth, two warriors, two orthodox warriors coming to fight. This is what matters. This is my main focus, and the past is the past. Like I said, I've got a great team. I've assembled a great team, led by Anton. And we are coming for victory, nothing less. Like I said, this is not about money. This is not about belts. Lomachenko wants to be world champion again. For me, I want victory. I do not really care. The belt is the belt, but legacy is what my motivation is in this fight is.
Finally, Vasyl, before I let you go, how much do you think a world title victory on May 12 would help inspire the Ukrainian people to continue their fight?
Forgot that war was still a thing.
Достижение, что ты станешь опять чемпионом.
I think so, because right now we have only one world champion. It's Alexander Usyk, and May 12 it can be two world champions in our country.
Finally, one more before we let you go. I lied before, I do have one more. Can you give us a final sell as to why people here in Australia should come and watch you take on George Kambosos and buy a ticket or tune in on May 12?
Можешь дать какие-то советы для почему должны прийти сюда вас смотреть в Perch?
Look, you know what? I respect George Kambosos because he's never give up during a fight, and it will be very, very interesting fight because we have two different styles, and styles makes fight.
Well said, George. Your last push as to why no one should miss May 12?
Exactly how the great Lomachenko said it. Couldn't say it any better. Styles make fights, and this fight is one not to be missed. Styles make fights, and we believe we have the style to be Lomachenko. He believes that he has the style to be me, and you're going to expect an action fight, no stepping back, two warriors coming to fight. We're excited. Vasyl, we will see you May 12th.
Perfectly summed up. Thank you, George. And thank you too, Vasyl, for joining us live from Los Angeles tonight. That concludes today's official announcement. George and Jim, I'll get you to remain on stage. Put it in your calendar, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday, May 12 from RAC Arena in Perth, a world title triple header headlined by one of the biggest bouts of 2024. Lomachenko versus Kambosos. It will be live and exclusive on Main Events in Australia and on ESPN in America. Corporate packages, including ringside seats, on sale now at vipnow.com.au. Travel packages also on sale now via our partner Qantas at qantas.com.au. And general admission tickets are on sale this Friday, 10 a.m. Perth time, tickettech.com.au. Thank you for joining us on Fox Sports. It's goodbye from Perth. We will see you on May 12th.
All right, so where do we begin? We're not going to be long-winded with this fight. Not really too much to talk about that I really care too much about. But I'm going to tell you right now, even though I'm going to pay probably somewhere around $1,000 or so, give or take, hopefully not, to get Big J to this fight, I really don't give a shit about this fight. And I'm not going to make my money back. But see, that's how it is sometimes when you... See, you know what I don't like about boxing media? A little thing. It's like, it's okay for us not to like a fight. We can be like, yeah, that's some bullshit. But we're going to do our job. We're going to sell the fight. You know? I'm just not a fan of the fight. Kambosos, he let me down because he was going out there trying to box Devin Haney. And I'm like, bro, you're called fucking ferocious. Even though he's not known to be a pressure fighter, power puncher, whatever. It's like, you are not, like... I was annoyed with both of those fights. And we covered both of those fights here on this channel. I paid a lot of money for that shit. For him to go out there and stink it up. I don't... No, listen. Hear me out. I say this all the time. You come to this channel. I've been doing this shit fucking 12 years now, man. You come to this channel, I'm here to tell it like it is. I'm not here to suck no cock. I'm going to always be respectful to the fighters. But these are my opinions. You see what I'm saying? These are my opinions. So this fight just don't move the needle for me on a global scale. And I can't understand why for years now. As you heard them, they started talking about this fight in 2017. I remember. They've been talking about Kambosos for years. And I'm like, whose dick is so hard for Kambosos to fight Lomachenko? Is it Bob Arum's? You know? Still work? Todd the Buff? What's the wife name? Jenny the Buff? You know? Who is like, yo, this is the fight the world needs. Loma Kambosos. And then anyway, let me talk about it, I guess. The only concern I have is if Lomachenko's a broken fighter. Remember, he was crying his ass off after the Devin Haney defeat. So, you know, it can sometimes take just one fight to completely break you up here as a fighter. You know, break you in here. You be all broken. You may still have the skill set, but, you know, you just may not really have it anymore. You know the fight that Oscar De La Hoya, well known, the Trinidad fight broke him. It was cocaine and dressing up like a bitch after that. And other rumors of debauchery, sex deviant shit. So that's the concerns, but Lomachenko's skilled. I mean, for fuck's sakes, man. Kambosos struggled with Maxie Hughes, and I'm not disrespecting Maxie Hughes because Maxie Hughes had a hell of a 5 years. You know, he been on a nice little run. You know, like solid fighter. You know, I'm not sure if Kambosos took him seriously or not, but when I first saw that fight, I think I talked to Big J. We did an Aussie podcast. I was like, yo, like, don't Maxie Hughes, he ain't no joke. You know, Kambosos might have some issues. But what chance am I giving Kambosos? Not a skill chance. There's no disrespect to the bloke. Not a skill chance. I just don't see it. I see Lomachenko just boxing circles around him, using angles. Listen, Lomachenko, even though he's always been a special fighter, let me pull up the resumes real quick. A special fighter. But the way he was walking down Devin Haney and making him look foolish. Devin Haney face all busted up, saying like, telling his pop in the corner, yo, he know everything I'm going to do. You know, he was laying it on Haney. Even when it came to Teofimo, that last half of the fight. See, here's the thing. This is what I always say. This is the saying I use. You know how they always say, Joe Testator, and you know, Lomachenko, he's just downloading that data. Well, for some reason, during that Teofimo fight, he must have been on dial-up. Maybe, what came after dial-up? What's it called again? What was it? It was dial-up when they're in Fios and what was it called? Dial-up? It wasn't landline. What was it called? The next internet. Anyway, he was on that shit. You know, because he didn't download the data, and by that time it was too late. And then the last round he took off for the Teofimo fight. Okay, yeah, he said shoulder injury. I don't look at him. You know how certain fighters you can look at like, yo, that motherfucker lying, he making an excuse. I don't see somebody like a Lomachenko making an excuse. if Tank Davis were to lose, I wouldn't see somebody like him making it. Because DSL, yeah, that shit, the DSL, right? That shit. He was on that shit. And that shit old. That's what they had in 2003. Broadband. That's what he was on. He was on that shit. Because, you know, he was a late starter. You know, he didn't really download the data. Remind me again, it wasn't until like round 5 when he started. The first 4 rounds, he wasn't doing shit. So do I think he could beat Teofimo? Hell yeah. But now, guys like Teofimo, Devin Haney, talking about 147. Teofimo on his way to 147 too. You know, they're just, you know, too big for Loma. I don't think Loma should ever touch 140. He might. But as far as the Teofimo rematch, I don't never seen that happen. I really wanted that Devin Haney rematch. And at one point in time, it was somewhat like they had some traction. But in my personal opinion, I don't think that Devin Haney, I'm a Devin Haney supporter, I don't think that Devin Haney wanted to fight him no more. I knew that Teofimo didn't want to fight him no more. It's certain fighters throughout history that if you give them a second chance, they're probably going to be better. I think Lomachenko is one of them guys, you give him a second chance, he's going to be better. You know, kind of like with Fury, give him a second chance. You know, he going to clean you the fuck out. But anyway, how you guys doing? I think, let me pull up this real quick. Let's go check out some box rec. By the way, take your time out, like the video, subscribe. I don't know who this man is. That's not Turkey. Is that Turkey before he got before he gained some weight? Who's this man? We're gonna leave him up there. I was trying to show support to the Saudis. This is a Saudi apologist channel. Hold on, what was I doing? Control. Yeah, there we go. All right, my bad. Get that down there. There you go. Chat was looking fucked up. So anyway, let's go to Lomachenko. Taking on George Kambosos, May the 12th from the RAC Arena. Seats about 12,000 or so. They're not getting 20,000 up there, according to Big J. Big J's at work right now, so he doesn't have any time to really call in. But we'll be talking to him about this fight probably sometime next week, do an individual video. You can expect for the brothers Maloney to be on this card. Let's go look at the rankings real quick. Likely Shanika Johnson and Nina Hughes may be fighting each other. Maybe a Joe Goodall heavyweight. I'm expecting for them to stack the card up with like Aussie boxers. DeBella's been signing up Aussie boxers. So let's go see here. Where we at? Too high up. Too high up. Too high up. So I think we're going to see Andrew Maloney taking on Kosi Tanaka for the vacant WBO title. I'm thinking that's coming. Andrew just got a win. What was that, about a month or so ago? Not Andre. It was Andrew. About a month or so ago. When was that? No, it was last month. All right, a month ago. A little under a couple months ago. This was pretty much in like a little house show, little club fight. You know, shake off some cobwebs after getting the shit beat out of him by Junto Nakatani. But, you know, nice little bounce back. And one thing the Maloneys can't say, the Maloneys, Kambosos, you know, they can't say they ain't been getting shots because the Kambosos been headlining cards, getting title fights after title fights. They can't say they're not getting shots. And, you know, shout out to that manager, too, Tony Toach. So we can see Maloney versus Tanaka, likely the second fight on the main card. And you're going to see likely... Wait a minute, I'm tripping. There we go. Jason Maloney versus either one of the Japanese guys or Ray Marcaballo. Filipino. It's probably going to be him. The Filipinos always bring in good, like, for a championship fight, too. This is the type of video. Oh, no, he fighting. It ain't him. It could possibly be. But I don't think they would do that because they said they're going to announce in a couple of weeks. Because, see, he's fighting on the 13th of February. But it would still be time for him to have a quick turnaround and fight in May. But highly unlikely. That's why I was saying, I remember I saw that last week. And I was saying it's probably going to be one of the Japanese. I ain't gonna be one of them. When's he fight? He fought December the 10th. Okay. Okay. Sho Ishida. And Ryosuke Nishida. 8-0 with 1 KO. Okay. All right. 27 years old. He fought last August. I think it's going to be one of them. So we have those 3 fights already. You got Loma Kambosos, Maloney versus Tanaka, Maloney versus Nishida or Ashida. Could be Gaballo if he wins on the 13th of February. And then I think it's going to be Nina Hughes, who got a recently, I think it was like this week, I got the email that she signed with Lou DiBella, who also promotes Maloney. I mean, not Maloney, Kambosos, and Joe Goodall, and a couple of other Australian fighters. So DiBella has Shanika Johnson signed up, Australian fighter. Nina Hughes now signed up, Australian fighter. Joe Goodall, heavyweight. Kambosos, and I feel like I'm missing somebody. But he's got a nice little solid stable. Nice little solid stable. That ain't Turkey? Yeah, I kind of figured it wasn't. I thought that was when he was skinny. I got to fix that. Who's this man? Who's this man I got up here? That ain't Turkey when he was skinny? That ain't him. Well, no disrespect to your excellency. Dude is saving boxing, so I'm on board. I'm a supporter. But yeah, what's going on with you guys, man? Y'all need to go subscribe to my secondary channel. Because what I'm doing is for like small little press conferences, like I'm going to be doing like that type of content on my other channel. Only the big content's going to be on here. I'm trying to give my channel like a kickstart. Because what happens is when I don't do consistent content for a while, the way YouTube works is they don't promote your videos. Like my shit just start going down, 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 down. So I got to do like 15 videos a week for like 3 weeks for my numbers to start, like for them to start promoting and pushing my videos out there. But my channel been too inconsistent, so YouTube be like, you know what, man? Like we're gonna wait till you get consistent before we start pumping your videos out. But no, that's seriously how it worked, you know. Like, but I've been known I have like this momentum and then go down, momentum, then go down, momentum. But I just was tired of YouTube. You know, I had to take 3 years off. Like, don't get me wrong, I was always here for the big fights. I mean, I did miss some big fights. No, Opetaia is not going to be on this card. He's on the Saudi card. He is fighting on Fury. Which card is he on? He's on Fury Ngannou. Fury Usyk. It's the 17th. He's not on Joshua Ngannou. I think it's Fury Usyk the 17th. But I would miss like big fights, you know, and just basically like I was living life and taking care of business. But now I got to be honest with you, like I'm getting the passion back. But also I'm in a house a whole lot now. I mean, yeah, I go out a little here and there, but I'm in the house a whole lot now. So had my house redone, like got everything painted, roof, blah, blah, like $40,000 worth of work. So I really didn't have like the real time, family things going on, and you know, I had to lose 55 pounds. I got fat as shit. I'm talking about some straight obese, like having asthma attacks and all that, like, you know, just fat, just being a fat gluttonous pig. So now I said like, all right, January gonna get here. I'm gonna take the month of January off, and I'm gonna fall back and I'm gonna take care of all my personal business. And now, like, the shit's done. Like, I don't have, like, the shit's done, so I can sit here and chill with you guys, man. But I need y'all to go to my other channel and subscribe, TstreeT Uncut. I got 2 monetized channels now. This is going to be like a video dump page. Like, whenever I want to just talk about random anything. Yeah, no, for real. That's what happened. I did about 9 years ago. No, excuse me. Just a little under 11 years ago, I was playing around with dark arts. I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to curse Chris Algieri because I didn't want Pacquiao to lose to Chris Algieri because I wanted the Mayweather fight to happen. So I tried to curse Chris Algieri, but I was a novice in voodoo, and I messed up in voodoo, tried to voodoo him, but he wears this anti-voodoo medallion. And the shit bounced on me, destroyed my life, damn near killed me, comas and shit, you know, false criminal charges, trying to be falsely Me Too'd. Like, bro, I will never mess with the black magic again, ever. I learned my lesson. Shit, fucking Chris Algieri, fucking cursed me, man. I'm not even lying. Chris Algieri cursed me. Hold on, I'm looking for something. Chris Algieri cursed me. So never again. I learned my lesson. Fucking Chris Algieri of all people cursing me, man. Cursed the shit out of me. It backfired like a motherfucker. I had like these, I'm not even joking. I want to show you. I had like these dried chicken bones. Let me tell you what I went and did. I went to the Hispanic store and I got these candles. You know, at the tall joints, the black joints, I got these chicken bones. And what I did was I let them dry out because you got to have dry chicken bones. I let them dry out and I got like these leaves. I had some carrots, some potpourri. And I went and got, I'm going to show you. I'm not even lying to you. I was on some weirdo shit. The times were dark. It was dark. I'm showing you right now. It was dark times, man. It was dark times. I don't know what was going on in my life. No, actually, I was a raging alcoholic. I had just got out of rehab. So what they say is, like, when you stop drinking for a long time, when you're drinking for a long time, but then you stop, there's a phase when you're sober that you just on some weird shit. That's what I was going through. I was going through something, you know? But yeah, I tried to curse Chris Algieri. And that shit backfired. Life was never the same. I was fucked. Custody battles, everything. I'm gonna show y'all. Like, I don't know what was I thinking? But I learned my lesson. Like, for real, for real. Hold on, now you got me wanting to find this picture. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I thought I was doing something. And somebody told me, and I didn't know first, because Chris Algieri took this picture because, see, he wasn't worried about me. He didn't want Pacquiao mom, Donicia Pacquiao, to voodoo him because remember what she did to Timothy Bradley legs. So he was wearing a medallion so she wouldn't voodoo him, because remember, when Pacquiao fought Timothy Bradley, she voodooed his legs and she did this shit, like she was spitting on the tarot cards, like, you know, and then like that shit. Remember that shit? And Jim Lampley caught her. I'm gonna show you the clip I'm talking about. So I'm thinking like, well, she can try to voodoo Timothy Bradley. I can motherfucking do some voodoo too. Shit. She was going at it. She was like spitting on shit, like hiding, fucking, like that shit, bro. She was tripping. Here she go. But you know what I heard? I heard she's like fucking 200 years old and she's not as strong as she used to be. Like with her voodoo just not there no more.
Of a few seconds, look at what Manny Pacquiao's mother goes through. Just in the course of a few seconds, look at what Manny Pacquiao's mother.
Look, y'all seen her? Y'all seen her spit on the card? She spit on that joint. I don't know why she spit on that card. She like trying, like, it's like we see you. Like she trying to hide, like, you know. Like, we looking right at you, ma'am. We're looking right at you. Get it together. You know who else in the dark arts? Fucking Deontay Wilder. He into the dark arts. Look at this shit right here. Remember this? I'm looking through my pictures on my Facebook. Remember this shit? He had fucking ill. That was Andy Ruiz's ass. Where's this Chris Algieri picture? I'm going to find it. I want to see it now. But yeah, oh, and everything. My dog ran away. Like, that voodoo shit ain't no joke, bro. That shit ain't no joke. But how you guys been? You guys all right? Let me read some of the chat. See what you guys talking about. Make sure you subscribe. I will be here covering boxing this weekend, too. You have Joshua Buatsi versus Dan Aziz. I'm all right with that fight. All right, cool. And then you have Conor Benn taking on some guy, and Conor Benn fighting in Vegas. That shit gonna flop. I just don't know why, but I'm not a Conor Benn fan. I just want to shit on him every chance I get. I don't know why. I don't know why. Man, I can't find it. I think I hashtagged it Voodoo Pacquiao. Let me see if that's gonna work. Oh, this is when I did my photo shoot. Wild Wild West. Wow, look at that leather. You know how much that shit costs right there? Boy, that's genuine. That's all genuine leather. What you talking about? But anyway. Yo, Fury Usyk is in 2 weeks. Oh, wait. What is this? What am I doing? Why'd y'all let me leave that there? What was I doing? Oh, man. They're going to make me. Hold on. 1 minute. I got to fix this. Give me 1 minute, man. Oh, I'm fucking shit up. Fucking shit up. Let's do it that way. Let's see here. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. Ah, we're getting somewhere. I believe it's like that for now. Where we at, Chris Algieri? But yeah, I'm saying Fury Usyk card is in 2 weeks, man. Yo, that pay-per-view needs to be $40 too, like the Joshua Wilder card was. If they keep those cards $40, they changing the game. They changing the game. I'm looking for Chris Algieri. This is when I fell down and broke my face. My beautiful teeth. I take oral hygiene very seriously. Broke my face, man. That asthma shit ain't no joke, bro. Passing out. Everything. Y'all got me scrolling back all these years for some Chris Algieri. Anyway, what are you guys talking about? Yeah, here we go. Here's my close-up. I had some good chops. You like my chops? As you can see, I was fat. I was fat as fuck. Check him out. I think I want to bring this back. But the thick ones. I think I want to bring this back. I like that look. I remember walking, people be looking at me like, what the fuck is up with that guy? Here's Luis Ortiz's World War I photo. Look at him looking so young and youthful. Bring back the chops. So what's going on? What's the Q&A while I'm searching or scrolling here? You got any questions for me? Oh, I found it. There's some crazy pictures up in here. Look at this one. The brothers Charlo. Girl, you know it's true. Din, 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 din. Ooh, 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 I love you. That's the shit. They didn't sing that, though. They could dance their asses off. This is when Deontay Wilder had weave. I was cooking him. He had weave, and he took this like he was doing something. That was a weave. This is old, though. He swore he was doing something. He got with that woman, just started acting crazy and worshiping the devil. This is Chavez Jr. He broke my heart with this. What was he thinking? What was he thinking? Well, we know now. I guess this was foreshadowing, huh? I hope he's doing well, though. If you don't know, Chavez Jr. been going through some things. But let me tell you what he did. I'm going to tell you this is a true story. So when I saw this, I DM'd him. Oh, and he responded. I was like, I think I was drunk. I was like, yo, you broke my heart, man. Why would you upload some shit like that? And he took it down. Because I was looking like he was getting cooked, too. They was like, yo, bro, what is you doing? Like, what was he doing? But we know he hasn't been in the best mental shape. So, you know, God bless him. God bless him. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is one of my murals. There's one of them. I got some more, but I have to scroll down. So I had another picture of him. It was a glamour shot, and I had like some bones and some carrots and some potpourri. I was trying to curse him. Didn't work out. Fucking damn medallion. Smart though. Smart though. Touche. He got me good. That's why I went to go see him get beat up by Errol Spence. I was there. I was hoping that the curse would be lifted. And I tried to talk to him one time to be like, yo, bro, like, you know, we never met before, but, you know, you kind of cursed me, but not intentionally. I was trying to curse you, but you cursed me. Like, is there any way we can work together to lift this joint? Because my life is in hell, you know? But I didn't get a chance till he was being interviewed by somebody else, and then I turned around, he was gone. I think he knew. I think he knew. Anyway, what's going on? Yeah, that was Chavez Jr., man. Broke my heart. Broke my heart. Like this shit right here. I'm still upset with Oscar over this. I told you about this the other night. I don't know what he was thinking. There is no amount of drugs or alcohol or opioid crisis that would make me... I'm still hurt about this. I lost my tooth, man. I fell on my face. Got fucked up. I had to get a new one. But yeah, I was saying, there ain't no amount of... Damn, I was on a mean streak. I used to be at a lot of fights, bro. I remember in 2019... 2018, the end of 2018, 2019, and before COVID, I was everywhere. Like, I was all over the place. And I've only been to one event since 2020. But yeah, ain't no amount of drugs. Yeah, I fell. I busted my whole side of my face up. I passed out. It was asthma. Broke teeth, everything. I had to get like, can't see it. I had to get like bone grafts and everything. Pissed. But yeah, I was saying, ain't no amount of alcohol, opioids, you can heroin me. I'm not dressing up like no woman. Like, I'm not putting on ladies' undergarments. Like, what's going on out here? Like, what makes you, like, that's, no, you wanted those undergarments on. I'm not putting on no unloading ladies' underwear. Y'all remember this? I used to be starching YouTube at one point in time over on Enter the Arena. It used to be Wild Wild West every week, just like hit after hit after hit. Big time. I'm talking about something. TstreeT was swimming in poon. YouTube poon. Swimming in it. Oh, yeah, I used to love boxing. And then, you know what really turned me off from boxing? The bullshit fights. I just got sick of fights not happening. Look how, we've been desensitized. Where we're so used to fights not happening during our generation that we tolerate that shit. It shouldn't take no 4, 5, 6 years for certain fights to happen. Like, man... You know, and then motherfuckers bullshitting around, and then the YouTubers. My God, how do you guys tolerate watching these YouTubers, like, you know that they be lying, but you still watch anyway. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I just was turned off. Just turned off. By the way, here's one of my rare photos of Al Heyman. It's him over here, hanging out with some snow bunnies. I got this collection of rare Al Heyman photos. I know everything about the man, pretty much, that more than the regular person knows. Let me see what's going on. I'm looking for the rest of these voodoo pictures. Voodoo the shit out of Chris Algieri. Do you still talk to Kel? Don't talk to motherfucking Kel. What are you talking about? Do you still talk to Kel? Huh? Yusef Mack? Don't come at me with that mess. What do you think this is? Huh? What do you think this is? Am I talking to Kel? My dog's cool. He over here somewhere. Come here, Al Heyman. He's right here. See? He's good. He's good. All right, bro. All right, go. Yeah, he's cool. He chilling. He was knocked out. He was snoring. Mind his business. Now he over there farting and everything. I've been giving him cottage cheese. Giving him cottage cheese. I was looking for something. My bad. I'm scrolling. I'm just sitting there chewing the fat with you guys. Yeah, he's a red nose. Y'all purebred over here. We don't play with no mutts. Y'all gonna stop playing me with them Kell Brook jokes. If y'all don't know, there was a rumor going around, and Amir Khan kind of exposed. There was a rumor going around that Kell Brook was on holiday vacation in Tenerife. That's like where they go. That's like the UK's Hawaii, pretty much. And he met up. Rumor. I'm just, don't shoot the messenger. This is America. Free speech. And people can do whatever they want to do. There was a rumor that he met up with somebody, and one thing did not lead to another. And the dude was like, "Hey man, I ain't like that." Ha! With a machete, tried to chop his leg off. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, don't be just, get macheted. Oh, this is funny. Hey, I'll tell you. Y'all want to know the backstory behind this crazy photo? What do you think is going on here? What do y'all think this is? So anyway, this was years ago. This was 2019. Me and my girlfriend had a fight at the time. And I was like, "No, don't leave me." And I had a whole breakdown. I think I was caught with another woman or something. I don't remember. What do I be doing with myself? But no, I'm much better now, man. I live a clean life, man. I just be chilling. I was like, why have you forsaken me? Tripping. But yeah, anyway, back to what I was saying about boxing. Like, I was real bitter. I was real bitter with boxing. I was bitter. No, I had a robe on. I had a robe on. Like, I had she had left. Let me see. I'm gonna tell you the backstory. I'm gonna tell you the lore. Where's the picture at? So, all right, let me tell you the backstory. So she had left. She had pulled off. She was backing out the block. And I was like, "No, I love you." So I got a robe on, some shorts, probably with no drawers on. As you can see, some slippers. And I know my neighbor's probably like looking like, what is going on with that man? What is he doing out there? Yeah, man, I got some stories to tell you, yo. I got some stories to tell you. There's fucking Fred. How's he doing? He's still around? He's still around? Look, going down memory lane. Is he still around? He's still doing his thing? He's still mad at Al Heyman and PBC? I got some stories, yo. Like, in my time in boxing, like actually out there in the field, I learned a lot of shit, man. You know what else I learned? You'd be surprised how many rich people go take a piss and don't wash their hands. Like, you'd be in the bathroom pissing, somebody walk in, you'd be like, oh shit, that's such and such. And then they'll just piss, don't wash their hands. And I'm looking at them like, and they grab the door? I don't touch a bathroom door. I'm talking about I will take my fucking foot, my shoe. Like, no way, no way. But I seen some rich people, 3 of them, take a piss, don't wash their hands. Come on. Come on, we're better than that, people. We're better than that. I ain't say it. I ain't say nothing. I ain't say nothing. Don't play the cool dude on me. I'm coming now. Are you to punch you in the face without any... What? Why are you threatening me, man? What did I do to you? What's going on? This was some gay shit right here. They got some suspect photos. Tank and Broner. Remember, they used to be everywhere at one point in time. It was like they're about to kiss each other and shit. Yeah, I used to be everywhere, man. There were no toilets in all the palaces of Britain, France, and whatnot. Yeah, they used to be just pissing anywhere in those castles. I was surprised when I learned that. Like, castles used to stink. Everybody used to stink. Women, too. Everybody stunk back then. Hygiene was fucked. Lionel. Oh, me and Big J doing a video on Vince McMahon tomorrow morning. Y'all want to talk about that a little bit? I always knew Vince was a pervert, degenerate, sex deviant, though. Those rumors been out there about him for a long time, but shitting on a woman's head? Like, how do you do something like that? George Greek. Is that you, George Kambosos? That's not you, George Kambosos. Get out of here. George, is that you? I'm going to read it in your voice. Change the poll in the chat, mate. It's disrespectful. The art of war. Oh, here it is. Here's another one. Oh, that's not it. Another photo of when I tried to curse Chris Algieri. That's my dog. He was sick of it. That's my old dog. He was sick of it. He ain't want nothing to do with it. Well, no, George, you can't come to my channel tell me what to do. You don't get no special privileges here, mate. Don't come up in here with that mess. And what are you doing? Don't you got media obligations? Come to my channel tell me what to do. Y'all be tripping. Y'all be tripping. You don't run nothing up in here, bro. Run nothing up in here. People seem to lose their humility when they get more and more power. That's what I was saying. Did you notice? Like, I was talking to Big J about that. Like, rich people, when they get real rich, they just become, like, just freaks. Like, they start dressing weird and, you know, start wearing dresses and skirts and everything. But I don't put it past Vince. But, like, how do you, like, what do you, like, I'm trying to figure out. Like, what makes a person be like, yeah, you know what? Damn, I can't wait to shit on her forehead. Like, how do you get like Vince? You fucking, like, he didn't even deny it. He just was like, oh, I gotta resign. I did that shit. And she only told, so he had on a payment plan, right? He was whoring her out to like people, colleagues, maybe some other wrestlers. So when he stopped paying her, she exposed it like, oh, you ain't paying me. I'm going to tell everybody you shit on my head. Here's the text messages. He shit right on my head, Your Honor. I want $60 million. He shit on my head, told me he was going to pay me. He ain't pay me. Like, what? Yeah, but what makes a person be like, yeah, like, but shit on somebody's head? Like, how? Like, how did something like that happen? I'm like, bro, he deserves everything he get. Like, and I know his wife, Linda, probably like, oh my, he's still married to Linda McMahon. They've been separated, but he like still married. I know she probably was like, oh my fucking God. Like, what is going on with this husband shitting? Oh my gosh. And then let's not talk about his obsession with, let me say it this way. Because YouTube, they will let me cuss up a storm to a certain extent, but there's certain things YouTube do not like you can say. Like, you can say, damn, he shit on her head, but you can't say, like, Vince McMahon sent her text messages of that he wants 3 big black Big Black Johnsons in all 3 of her orifices, and for her to feel like she's being assaulted and liked it. Like, bro. Like, bro. Like, what? Vince McMahon. I remember his music video, Stand Back! All that shit. Oh my God, Vince. Like, now it all makes sense now. Remember that shit? Let me show you that video. I like that. I used to like that video, but now I look at Vince like, yo, you pervert. So not only are we going to have an episode of Surviving Diddy coming, a docuseries on Netflix, but we're going to have a Surviving Vince coming up. I can see her sitting there. I wonder if they're going to like have her face all blacked out. You know, when they do like the voice, you know, you see her face like the silhouette. Well, you know, he asked me to come into the office. Oh, I was a little afraid at first. He had the big dinosaur head in there, and he turned off the lights, and he said, why don't you come over here and sit down? You want to advance your career? And he proceeded to shit on my head. But it's like, you let him do it. For some money? Did he white? Like did he pull his pants up and then go to the bathroom in white? Like, what the fuck is up? From our sponsors, thank you, Vince McMahon. Vince had the moves, though. Vince had the moves. He is done, though. He ain't coming back from that. He survived a lot of scandals, but this one, you can't survive that. But they saying he human trafficked. Ain't no coming back from that, bro. That is over. It is curtains. But you know, behind the scenes, he's still going to be running shit. You know, come on now. But yeah, no McMahon works for the company. Vince is going, Stephanie's going, Shane is going, Triple H, and Nick Khan, they're running shit. They're running shit. Ellerby came a long way, too. I used to didn't like him, but now he's grown on me. Why do you think I didn't like Leonard Ellerby? What was going on with this? Do you see something wrong here? He cool now though, but I used to be cooking him. It was a whole like 2 years he was going through whatever he was going through with this shit right here. His goatee is inside of his mouth. This was happening for a while. I'm glad he made it through though. Like, look at this. What? Maybe he was trying to be a trendsetter. But no, Ellaby's grown on me. Like, he will promote the shit out you. Like, if you're under the Ellaby banner, he will say anything. He will listen. He will ride. Like, he ride hard. I hope Vince McMahon do some jail time. He need to be jailed for that. Like, what was he thinking? Pooping on that poor girl head. Like, how do you do something like that? Like, how do you just, like, I don't even talk about it anymore. Like, how do you ask, like, hey, can I shit on your head tonight? I can't wait. It's perfect. Stand back. Look, see, he was going through it. Here's another one. This is a whole different photo. Whole different photo. Whole different photo. Yeah, he got the great beard now, looking like one of the Isley brothers. Yeah, he was going through some shit, man. He had blocked me on Twitter for a while, but we settled a very delicate truce. I had ran into him at the Mayweather McGregor press conference. You know, we buried the hatchet. Very delicate truce, but we buried the hatchet. Stand back. My man had his goatee inside of his mouth. Tripping. Yeah, Bill Cosby just was. I would have never thought America's Dad was out there putting pills and drugging women up and like, my gosh. And not the most, let me say it this way. Not the most attractive women either. Like straight just like basketball players, WNBA players he out there drugging up. Like, it's like, Vince, tripping. But anything they say bad about Vince McMahon, I believe it all. He did all that shit. He did all of it. He was, because in the 70s and the 80s, he did have that reputation of being, you know, but he had just or was about to get the company from his father. So remember, if you don't know, Vince always wanted to be a wrestler. And he had a nice little run, but he always wanted to be a wrestler. It's crazy because he's the same age now. No, wait. Guys like John Cena, The Rock, and Triple H are the same age now that Vince was when he was going through the Stone Cold stuff. Like back then, if you were wrestling when you were 50 something, you were like old. It was like, how's your body even holding up? So even though guys like Cena and The Rock may be a little rusty, but for them to be like 50 and all that, like they still can like hold their own a little bit. You dig? In the Philippines, you can live out your fantasies. Oh my gosh, how do you know, Marcos Chaz? George Kambosos still in here talking shit? Where he at? He said, change the poll in the chat. It's disrespectful. Who are you talking to, George Kambosos? You want to challenge me to an exhibition? No drug testing for me, but drug testing for you, Kambosos. Oh, shit. That ain't no fucking George Kambosos. That's a liar. He got all this George Kambosos content on his channel. He ain't no George Kambosos. Coming in line telling me what to do. But yeah, man, how you guys been? Oh, you already know Hugh Hefner was a pervert. Rest his soul. Rest his soul. This is when Adrian Broner had challenged me to a fight. He owed me $50,000. If he would have beat Mikey Garcia, we were supposed to fight in an exhibition. I was going to cut down to 152 pounds. I was going to use Ozempic. And like drugs, like PEDs, like needles and shit. I do cover UFC. I cover all of the major pay-per-views. If there's 16 UFC events a year, major ones, no, what is it, 14? They have 14 pay-per-views? Or is it 16? I think it's 14. I covered maybe about 10 of them. You know? I haven't seen a Hugh Hefner documentary, no. I haven't been watching no type of TV, no nothing. I've been busy for like 3 months straight, like for real. I'm glad to like finally sit. February is the first month in months that I'm actually going to be in the house. Like, oh my gosh, I can't wait. I've been traveling the country and just, I've been moving. I got a whole secret, that's not secret, whole life outside of YouTube, you know? Like, I come down here, this is my safe place. I put my uniform on, you know, come down here and do my videos. But I've been moving. Like, moving, man. Like, moving. Oh, Big J called. Big J called. Why is Loma taking a step back to fight Kambosos? The IBF title was on the line, the vacant one. Devin Haney's vacated all of his belts. Do you still smoke green? Not as much as I used to. I keep some around, you know, for the hard times. But nah, not really. I'm like grass-fed. I'm on all kind of supplements and everything. I've been cutting weight, bulking up, you know, like men in general. Of any race, ethnicity, we have an issue where we don't take care of our bodies. A significant portion, a higher percentage than those that do, we don't take care of our bodies. You know, we need to be better as we get older in age. So I've always been a pretty healthy eater for the most part, like no fried foods and candies and all kind of shit like that. But I'm really focused on like actual physical health. You know, I'm in the gym about 5 days a week on average. Used to be 6. Used to be 6. But basically, I've been I cut down weight, like I cut down my body fat. I'm talking about something, I was doing crazy cardio. I cut down my body fat, and now I'm on protein. I'm bulking up, so I'm trying to find like that medium, like that middle spot. Like I don't want to be all like, you know. So and you know how they say like muscle is heavier than fat too. There's that going on. There's that going on. You know? But yeah, during COVID, I became like a gluttonous pig. I gained like 60-something pounds. I'm not blaming it on COVID. It's not because I was in the house. I'm always in the house. I just was eating my ass off. I just said, you know what? I'm just going to eat everything. And I'm smoking a lot of pot. This is when I interviewed Terrence Crawford years ago. This was 2017. What fight was this? I never released this interview. I got a long conversation with him that I never released on YouTube, and it's in my it's on my iPad. I never it was a whole sit down, and I was the last one at the table. I got a chance to talk to him about Spence and all that. No, it wasn't Spence. Who did I talk to him about? Danny Garcia, I think it was. I don't think Spence was really a option at the time. But yeah, no, we got to take better care of our stuff. You'll get bulkier. Well, I do a mixture of. I'm only doing 40 minutes of weight training a day. Like I'm not doing no, but I have been noticing the difference. I've been noticing the difference. Like my arms used to be ridiculously small. I tell the same story all the time, but in this case, it's kind of relevant. In 2018, I was in a coma for about 5 weeks or so, but I was partially paralyzed for about 4 months. So what happens is when you're laying there that long, your body starts eating away to all of your muscle. So when I started walking again, my body was straight up and down. Like I had lost all of my muscle definition, everything. So then, that was in 2018. By the time I got my physical health back, around like 2019 or so, and then 2020, I got fat. So I blew all the way up. So I was this fat, flabby. Okay, I wasn't really fat, but I was fat. I'm tall, so I carry my weight well. I was 303 pounds. Average weight for me is 6'3", 240. That's my average weight. I'm at 243 now. But I was fat as shit. I was fat. I'm talking about something like I used to be having asthma attacks, and then when I was smashing, my girl was like, your stomach is crushing me. Like, I was fat as shit. But we took, see, look, I don't even know, look, why would somebody do this? What's going on here? Why would somebody do that? Like, no amount of alcohol is going to make me, get that off of here. Oscar, you broke my, why would you do that? Just lost my train of thought. Well, see, let me tell you what my motivation is. I work from home. So for me, getting out, like, I need to be going somewhere every day. It's not being in the house. But once you go, I can say it takes like a week, maybe 2. Like when you get to a point, you get into a stride to where you feel bad if you don't go to the gym or you don't work out. It's when you break that cycle, don't go to a gym for a week, then you start slacking off a little bit. Like, okay, all right. But over the last month and a half or so, give or take, I've been slacking off a little bit. Holidays, but no excuse. No excuse. Yeah, like I will never believe. I'm sorry, I keep saying it, but I will never believe. Ain't no amount of alcohol, ain't no amount of opioid crisis, ain't no amount of what's the drugs people doing? K2, synthetic weed, angel dust. Is that still a thing? Do people still do crack cocaine? People still do crack. There's no amount of any of that mixed together that's gonna make me say like, hey, I want to wear your underwear. That's going to look good on me. Oh, give me those fishnets. And then let me shit on your head afterwards. Like, no. I do cardio. I'm an average of, I'm average of 13,000 steps a day. Let me see what I did today. I don't do nearly as much cardio as I did before. I did a lot of cardio to drop the weight. I was doing mad cardio. Like miles. Like I would start warming up on the bike. 45 minutes, boom. Then another 45 minutes on the treadmill, intermittent running, inclinations. Like I was going hard. Like hard. So now they say when you're building, this is what I'm learning. I'm still like new to this. When you're building muscle, you don't want to do too much cardio without like your eating is your protein and your creatine. You got to be on a schedule because you don't want the new muscle being eaten away by the cardio. It's a lot. It's a lot. I'm learning a lot though. I have learned a lot. But don't get me wrong. I'm not no fitness guru. I still have a ways to go. I'm probably like another maybe 4 months away from where I want my body to maintain and be at. So I finally did get my stomach flat. And I got like some definition back in my arms and everything. Yeah, I'll show you. But I've been taking a snack. And that shit been working. I do admit that shit has been working. That shit been working, man. And plus, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna be very honest. It look like I'm getting married next year. I can't even wrap my head around that. It's like, what? Getting married? Damn. Like, I'm still like, whoa, what's happening? Not much, but we getting there. We getting there. We getting there. We getting there. You know, still a ways to go. Still a ways to go. All right, we got another 20 minutes left. Yeah, we got another 20 minutes left. I am 40. I had a whole mental health crisis. I turned 40 in August, end of August. I mean, I feel good for 40. I have everything and more a 40-year-old man should have. You know, family's taken care of. You know, kid doing good. I'm healthy. You know, beautiful woman. I go nice places. Do nice things. So, you know, I can't complain. Like, I'm blessed. Doing really good. Doing really good. I got divorced after COVID. Was my second divorce. Oh my gosh. Tell us about the Charles again. Yeah, me and the Charles, we cool. Oh yeah, Vince McMahon. He was pooping on his side chick's head, and she sued him and said he's a human trafficker because he had a payment plan with her, and he stopped paying her. So yeah, she been pissed. And she's suing him. Wild. Wild dude. Wild dude. I already told you, I'm not a fan of Sergey Kovalev. I was going to have to beat him up once. He think that Andre Ward beat him down and Canelo beat him down. He don't want to run into T Street. Dag, I forgot about all these pictures. Look at young me. I'm just still scrolling, going, look at young me, looking all dapper. Had a full head of hair. Boy, look how times have changed. Times have sure changed, man. Do people still wear pinstripe suits? That's still a thing? Still a thing? Yup, he did it. And I believe it. I believe it. This was at Luis Ortiz 40th press conference party or whatever. Motherfucker wasn't no motherfucking 40. Supposed to be fucking 40. Yeah, right. And I'm like, you really sure you 40? He like, see, yeah, see. Oh, here it is. Here's my other Chris Algieri voodoo picture. That's the other one I was looking for. Finally found it. I had a blunt over here. I had a blunt right there. Some ashes, some black candles I got from the Hispanic bodega. I got some carrots, some leaves, and there's some chicken bones, I think, outside the picture. Dry chicken bones. You can't do proper dark magic without like dry bones. They got to be like really dry. Like not no fresh chicken bones. The spell ain't gonna take. Dry. Yeah, I used to box when I was younger. Yes, I did. It started with karate. You know, every kid wanted to be karate, and I ain't like karate. They kept trying to teach me discipline and shit. I ain't like karate. It's like, yo, when am I going to kick some shit? You know, I'm not trying to be like stretching and all that. I wasted my mom money. I was like, I'm never going back to that. Pff, that ain't karate. That ain't the Teenage Mutant. They ain't the Power Rangers. I want to do Power Ranger shit. You know? Straight from the first day. Like, I want to be like, teach me how to kick somebody, you know, kick something. Like, you know? So, yeah, no, I started young. My grandparents, who I was raised by, and then when they picked me up from the weekends, eventually I'm moving with them, they always had HBO and Showtime. My grandparents always had cable. So after the Saturday night movie, remember that was a thing, boxing would come on. So my grandfather would always have it on. And then eventually I started watching boxing every week myself. So I would be in the house shadow boxing. And even though I was known as like kind of like the snobby kid because I had all the toys and everything, I had hands. So whenever people would try to like, you know, take my toys and shit, I'd fuck them up. Oh, by the way, I did get knocked the fuck out before. It was about like 14. I got like punched right in my fucking face. I was asleep. But anyway, we used to have like little boxing tournaments on the block where, you know how it is, put the gloves on, circle around. But it has to be like whooping people's ass. Like my hands are fucked. Like I have real bad hands. I broke my hand twice in multiple different places. I want to show you this picture. I think I still got that one. Like my hands are screwed. Like screwed. I don't know if you can see. You can't really see, but my hands are fucked. Like this one, it don't bend right. It don't bend back. And then this, as you can see, my thumb is deformed. I got scars and shit, man. It was rough, man. I had some rough times. Rough times. And me being me, not letting my hand heal back properly or going to the doctor to get it taken care of because I'm bitching and complaining about copays. Hand didn't heal back right. So every now and then you may see me like fiddling with it, but it be just aching. Like I'm scared. Like I don't think I can punch nobody no more. I'm just scared that shit gonna break. Not saying I'm gonna be punching anybody, but I'm just saying I be like my hands are like really like brittle. Like brittle. But I used to box when I was younger. Sure enough did. But you know, lack discipline. I wish I would have stayed at it. I was like in the streets at the time, and also I didn't like doing cardio. Here it is. Here's one of them. One of my x-rays. You see this right here? Boxer fracture, that one. It was already, you can't see it on here, but I already had broken over here and then over here too. Like hand just fucked. So this fused back like wrong. So what happened with this one was bullshitting around with a friend. And he was like, all right, let's, shadow box a little, not shadow box, but let's box a little bit. So basically put these cheap ass gloves on, and then I came down like on the side of his, and it pushed him out. Like, yeah. So I hit him right on the top of the head, and shit was all fucked up, man. It was no more good after that. You talk about pain? Because I got the x-ray, and then when they told me, like, you got to get surgery, and I'm looking at the price, I'm like, I'm not paying for that shit. I took my chances. I went to Amazon, got me a little brace, but, like, that shooting all the way up here, whew. Whew. Ain't no joke. So now I got issues. Like, when I'll feel it every now and then, a handshake, or, like, turning a doorknob. Or using a pen. I can't use a pen to save my life anymore. Like for a long period of time, I can't like hold a pen. That is just one woman. He did it. What do you mean? One woman too many if you're going to be pooping on people's heads. Vince tripping. The guy's, man, I don't ever want to see him back in boxing anymore. Ever want to see him in boxing no more. Pooping on people. There is no excuse for that type of behavior. No excuse whatever, like whatsoever. This is when I met Dirty Diego Chavez in New York. Remember, he fought Keith Thurman, DDT'd Brandon Rios. He always looked he was up to no good. So he knew. I was looking at him like, Dirty Diego. I was like, what's up? But you about to get up out of here. I'm about to go take a little walk with my dog. Take a little walk with my dog. Oh, we're going to be here tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. It is the 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is the Tim Tszyu Keith Thurman press conference. The first Amazon Prime press conference. We're going to be here streaming that tomorrow live, real time. 4 p.m. Eastern. 4 p.m. Eastern, if you're available. Keith Thurman and Tim Tszyu are having their first press conference. Yeah, Dirty Diego Chavez. I think that's a cool name, Dirty Diego. I think that's a pretty cool name. It like rhymes and stuff, you know. Dirty D. I miss my old set. I used to have like memorabilia and stuff. I gotta hang up shit on the walls. I had to hang some shit up. I got so much things to hang. I have posters. I have so much boxing memorabilia now that I just don't even use. I just don't even use. Yeah, it's tomorrow. I've already did my preview. For those who want to know what I look like without a hat, this is when I first lost my hair. I was hurt. Look at that. That's what it is right now. I keep a little bit of peach fuzz up there. And you know, when you got this shit, you got to go to the barber. I go to the barber every 8 days. Lately. I lost all my shit. Man. Baldness is a disease. And because I'm so sad about being bald, what I do is I tend to lash out and tease other bald people. Like if somebody bald, I'd be like, this bald bastard, knowing I'm bald too. Everybody look at him. You would say that, you bald asshole. But yeah. Ever heard of street beefs? Yeah, I've heard of street beefs. I've been in some street beef. I've been in street beefs. I've interviewed Keith Thurman like 6 times. He is like, my daddy used to beat me. My mama used to beat me. But can you beat me? That's the question. My man lost all his hair. He got married. Ain't never been the same. I don't believe it was the injuries. I think he been struggling with his passion. That's what I think. I still would entertain Thurman versus Spence one day, but I think Spence done. The way he been talking, man, I think Earl done. He just don't seem like he got it no more. Like that he want to. That was the ass whooping of the century, though. Like for a fight of that caliber, he got his ass beat. And then to myself, it's the cataracts. You know cataracts. The cataracts ass whooping. It was the cataracts. I'm like, bro. Tripping. All right, how much time we got left? 5 minutes. Oh, 3 minutes. But yeah, as we talked about, if you go back to the beginning of the video, we talked about Loma versus Kambosos in detail. You know, and the undercard, and predicted who's going to likely be on the undercard. And this weekend, I will be here for the Buatsi Dan Aziz card, and I will also be here covering the Conor Benn, whoever that guy he's fighting card. And then, of course, I'm going to start my Fury versus Usyk build-up content soon, since that fight is now officially, 18 days away. There's my Y'all seen this before. That's my Psychomaniac mugshot. I keep using the same one. I got a few of them. I need to pull those out. But whatever they said I did, I didn't do that shit. Police corruption. Because I'm black. How about that? How about that? I identify as being innocent in everything I do. Or didn't I do? How about that? He should come back to finish on a W, in my opinion. Who? Oh, Spence. It's a backyard fighting organization, not actually a beef. Oh, okay. No, I don't be watching that stuff. I watch if I'm watching documentaries, my man. And what I do is I'll listen. So say for example, I'll put something like Blue Blood or Boxing Eagle or that Aki guy in the background. And then the way YouTube works, it'll play everybody else's videos. So I listen to shit. I listen to all interviews. Like it'll be like Fight Hub, Fight Hype. I just have it playing in the background. I'm doing other stuff. Because I have YouTube on all of my TVs, of course. And I just consume content. I just be sitting, I be cooking or like washing the dog. And I be listening like, this is what people listen to? Like, what is going on? Like, clearly be lying. Clearly. No? I'm going through all these old pictures still. But also, I'm trying to shake off the cobwebs. You know, I haven't been streaming for a while, you know? I need to get back into the habit of streaming every day, which I'm trying to do. You know? Oh, ew. This is the only Mexican fighter I can say I will never have no respect for something that he's did outside of boxing. That's Marquez drinking that piss. He's a degenerate too. And you still lost the fight. You still lost the fight. And that piss was all brown. I forgot he did that. Drunk that piss. You think he's still doing it? Marquez drunk piss. Wanted what Marquez drunk piss. On HBO 24/7, one of the highest rated episodes of all time, he drunk piss. And then he got some and he drunk it from a rocks glass. Like it was refreshing. He pissed in the glass. Did his dick touch the glass? He pissed in the glass and then drunk it. After that point on, I wanted no more good for him. They go, this dude, Usyk Mack, I don't want to talk no trash about him because he beat people up. They called him gay. He started whooping your ass. Remember Usyk Mack? Boxer featured in porn video with two men claims he was drugged. And then they called him up like, yo, man, why would you say that? I thought we were friends. And they made him retract the statement because they said it was going to sue him. The porn company, the porn company. Okay, so basically a video leaked of him engaging in activities with other men. Horrible stuff to witness if you're a heterosexual man. I'm not trying to get canceled. So he lied and was like, man, they drugged me. Did a whole expose on the Philadelphia fucking Daily News, our main newspaper. And then just 2 weeks later, they threatened to sue him. He was like, yeah, that was me. That was my butt. Bro. So it was a situation where somebody in a barbershop, he was getting his hair cut or something. And the dude in the barbershop was saying something like, yo, yeah, you a F word and, you know, gay, all that type of stuff. And Usyk Mack just started whooping his ass. And notoriously, though, gay people have been always known to be able to fight. And he's a boxer, too. I'm not. No way. Nope. I am not arguing or no, no, you're not gonna whoop my ass. No way. Dag, I miss my murals. Look at that. I miss my murals. We got Mama Pacquiao, the Voodoo. We got that's bullshit, baby. That's bullshit. We got Eddie Hearn's wig. Al Heyman's mugshot. Al Heyman looking in approval. Wild stuff. All right. 2 minutes. I'm waiting. I wanted to get to I got to edit some stuff out, so I'm trying to get to a certain number. I want it to be like an even numbered video. I covered a lot of boxing, man. Dang. I used to cover everything, like Mickey Rourke fighting, just degenerate, low-down boxing. I had no shame in what fights I would cover. Now, certain fights, I just be like, ew, I'm not covering that. No way. All right, fellas. Y'all going to see me. Oh, this is me with Danny Garcia's WBC championship. Well, actually, McMahon is not paying his women. That's why she's suing him and exposing it, because he stopped sending the checks. That was dumb on his part. I never understand like how people can like, you know, like do dirt like that and then just be like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to just disrespect you, not give you your money. Like, weird. Let me look at this schedule. I didn't even look and see what fights is coming on this weekend. The undercards. All right, last portion of the video. Let's go check out this boxing schedule, see what's going on this weekend. What do you think about Munguia? He get hit too much for me. Like I don't trust him against a Canelo. David Benavidez, that would be a fun fight, but I think David Benavidez would end him. He get hit too much. That's my biggest concern. He gets cracked. Like, way too much. And as he steps up in competition, especially at 168, he can't be making those mistakes. Buatsi versus Aziz, Adam Azim versus Enos Paulson. I like Caroline Dubois. Ben Whitaker, I am not a fan of him. He's just not. It's just not. It's just not doing it for me. It's just not doing it for me. Conor Penn versus Pete Dobson, also Amo Williams. This is headlining in Vegas. My gosh, how many people you think going to be there? That arena going to be dark. Or they're going to have to give out tickets. Teofimo Lopez versus Jamaine Ortiz. I like this fight. But you know, Teofimo, he's up and down. One fight, he'll be good, looking phenomenal. Next fight, he'll look like shit. I think this is that fight. Keyshawn, this is a nice card. Keyshawn Davis versus the official, full-fledged gatekeeper now. That's who Pedraza is, a gatekeeper. Abdullah Mason. It's a nice little card. And then, of course, the big one on the 17th. I like the 16th for Shakur Falls. I like this fight. But the big one, Tyson Fury versus Usyk. Jai Opetaia versus Briedis. Joe Cordina versus Anthony Carsasi. Carsasi, I forgot how you pronounce his name. Sergey Kovalev versus Robin Safar. That's at cruiserweight. Kovalev's competing at cruiserweight now. This guy, Moses Atama, I'm waiting right now. He's on the same level of guys like Richard Torres. Torres is on a higher level, but I don't really see too much skill in him right now, just a blitz. So let's see how he turns out. February is kind of dry, though. Like, kind of dry. Like, it's not really anything that really... This is a good card. I like this card. Santiago versus Junto Nakatani. Takuma Inoue versus German and Cajas. This is a good card. So it's not going to be Kosi Tanaka that's going to be taking on Maloney. Okay. It's going to be one of them Japanese guys. Ashida or Nishida. Wait, no, that's the wrong division. Wait a minute, the belt's vacant. It's not going to be Maloney. Me and Big J going to talk about that. Berlanga versus... I think I told y'all before. I don't like Edgar Berlanga because he's a cannibal. He tried to bite. He bit that dude. I don't like robots. I don't like cannibals. And I don't like vampires. Yeah, March is coming. February is kind of But we're missing PBC fights. That's what it is. PBC don't come back until April pretty much. That's March the 30th when PBC comes back. Which is a very good card, by the way. Zoo versus Thurman. Rolly Romero versus Pitbull Cruz. Lar versus Zarafa. Fandor versus Bonchuk. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. We're going to be here tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern for the Tim Zoo Keith Thurman press conference. Let me check the emails real quick to see if there's anything else coming up tomorrow. Any media events. Oh. That I'm missing out. Oscar Valdez just fight Liam Wilson, but you know that already. Hold on, Wednesday, Thurman versus Zoo. Okay. Doesn't say if it's going to be streaming anywhere, though. That's interesting. Either way, we'll be here 4 p.m. Eastern to try to... we'll be... No, it's not. We'll be here 4 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe on TstreeT